Okay, so Miku pads. Yeah. Whoa. Let's start from the beginning. Hi, I'm the Magpie, and this week I have just finished this setup. So I figured I might as well record now right away when I have it somewhat figured out. We're gonna go through the setup and I'm gonna show a bunch of sounds because I personally truly believe that this is like one of the most interesting setups I'm ever gonna see. The cheap talk box, very straightforward. Casio VA10, not as straightforward, but there are other types of similar type keyboards, but Casio VA10 just happens to be probably the bestest type of keyboard that has ever been created by anyone, because it's just so fascinating. And it's definitely, together with the talk box, the main thing here. And just those two things together, you're going to be able to create things that I don't think people want to make, or so, I don't know, that was weird. No, but I truly believe that it's like more interesting than most gear aficionados spend many money on gear to sort of get close to being able to produce sounds that you're able to produce with it, at least in the sense of how you feel when you do it. I very much believe that what I'm gonna show you sort of taps into some sort of visceral type of creativity where you really feel what you are creating. To back up a bit, it all started with me a long time ago now, starting to do a bunch of experiments with no input mixer type things. And one of the last things I did was I did feedback with a talk box, and then I sort of forgot to ever go back to doing that. So a week ago, I was here with my friend Dakaro, the drunk neighbor, and I was like, we are together now gonna record making a bunch of experiments because I have like a list of things I want to try. And everything just failed, and he did not necessarily appreciate that.
Whip it, stir it, move it all around. Whip it, stir it, move it all around.
But it got me thinking, contemplating, so I figured I wanted to have this sort of permanent solution. And what I have done is I've done a lot of smart connections here. So we have the Casio VA10 coming in on a 2-track where I can either send it to monitor or to mix. So if I send it to mix, we can just listen to it. What's that? That's just that one. Beautiful sound. But if I send it to monitor, I'm sending it to... Primarily, I'm sending it to this talk box. Because what happens then is that the sound comes out of this tube. Which means that I can do a bunch of talk boxy things. And this microphone that is here on the table is very usual connected to the mixer, so I can record here if I want to. But the Casio VA10 also has a microphone, meaning that it automatically becomes a really wild situation, and that's what I wanted to have. That is what I was searching for to begin with, because it's really cool to solo. And especially since the audio we're hearing being recorded is the Casio VA10, meaning that any effect I turn on the Casio VA10 becomes the effect we hear in the end. which is just bizarre. Because Casio V10, it's some of my absolutely favorite vocal effects ever.
It's just I mean, what? It's just so nice. And you can hear all of that in your sound also.
So, that was sort of what I wanted to have. And I think that in this video, we're just going to continue making a bunch of sounds. But in a future video that I'm also planning to maybe post for channel members and perhaps for Patreons as well, as a full-length uncut version, is me producing something from start to finish with just this sort of setup, where I like do all the synth sounds on that one, and then I solo, and then I provide those files for you, and you can make something based on those files, because I'm not gonna finish a track in a session, but you could put your hands and feet on it, and then send that back to me, and then we record a reaction video like we did with the Casio KX101 that was posted recently. To that. So maybe next week or something like that, we will see. However, when I had this put in place like that, just a talkbox and a Casio. I mean, just a talkbox and a Casio. That's all it is. Talkbox and a fucking Casio. You know? What? I figured I want to have things in front of the Casio in the signal chain to have the sound that gets thrown out of the tube be as affected as possible. Since it's coming back, it is affected by the Casio V810, but I want to have effects before as well. And I don't want to have traditional effects because it's just not going to make a whole bunch of difference. So the Miku was really an obvious first choice. Because if I turn on the Miku and I do similar things, what I should do, I'm actually realizing right away, is have a splitter so we can listen to the signal not only through the tube, but actually out of the talkbox as well, since you have to like reroute it to pick. That's kind of stupid. Would be better if I could just have both at the same time. Let's do that. Give me a minute. Okay, I just had to make sure that it worked, and it seems to kind of work, which is really bizarre. It's pretty low in volume, but I think I can figure that out. I'm just plugging this one out. I haven't talked about that yet. This is the DigiTech MIDI vocalist, and I've just set this one up. I've had it for a while, but it took a while to learn how to work with it. But that was why we could hear it sort of jumping a bit in pitch. Not the blah, 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 but going like different chords, kind of. Because this one, I'm going MIDI straight out of the computer to set harmonies if I go into vocoder mode. And that also happens before the talkbox. Meaning that whatever Miku does when I pitch down Miku, since it's circuit bent, is also being run into the MIDI vocalist that then goes into the tube. Which just creates this whole other dimension of possibilities. Because I could essentially write a MIDI melody, have that being played with either the Casio V810 or the feedback in the tube. Like, it's layers to this cake here. And as you can hear, it's very, very perfect for doing really crazy things. I can have an entire Miku chorus singing with me, and that can be really weird. I don't know what to do, but if you have any ideas, if you have maybe a lot of opinions, it's a bit too interesting. It's a bit overwhelming at the moment because I simply need to just stand here and do that thing for a good while before I can be like, oh, yeah, which is what every music producer seems to. But let's end it with going kind of wild and crazy for a second, and then maybe show some more funny clips of how my session with the drunk neighbor went. Yeah.
Magpie. Ska bara sitta och säga såna grejer. Boring guy laughing at himself. The kiddo. The kiddo. It's my name. Is that a big memory card, or are you just happy to see me?
Or are you just happy to CD?
Ja. That was a good one.
Ah!
Is that a mic? The black thing in the middle? There? Speaker.
Actually, very poor choice of hat for headphones specifically.
I didn't even think I had it. I'm not the thinking kind of person, you know. I'm double mic'd.
Yeah.
But not in a nasty way. Whatever that means.
Jag var det.
It's gonna be a random old guy reaction video.
Not right, but mouth.
Pipe in mouth. Maybe I don't need the headphones. I don't need to hear this shit.
No, yeah, okay.
And I can wear this fancy hat. Well, maybe part of this concept is the plain torture of me hearing this. Or
Told you. It's,
yeah,
the sound is in the pipe.
yeah.
So.
As I said, an old guy reaction video.
It really reminds me of the tall wood pipe. If you grab that one and you blow in it.
This one?
Yeah. No, you blow in the front. No, that's the back. Never blow in the back hole. We have a band.
Yeah. But I like this setup. It's one of your better ones, I think. For sure. It's got some interesting
Components.
angles to it. Oh, those crazy artist guys. Always coming up with something really stupid.
Really stupid.
Yeah. Stir it, baby. Whip it, stir it, move it all around. Whip it, stir it, move it all around.
What?
There's something in the water.
I apologize.
There's something in the water. There's a pipe in the water, mama. There's a pipe in the water, daddy. You're seeing in your mouth.
Yeah, you're seeing my mouth.
Yeah.
You like that?
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
It's like oral audio.
Yeah. I'm
Magpie
your speaker.
Extravaganza. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
So my voice should come out of your butt.